way this ride was set up, we start over in Joseph, Oregon, and that's where the Indians actually had their home. It was in the Wallola Valley, and they raised their own grain there, they raised their own horses there, and they culled out the bad horses and they kept the good horses. And so because of that, we start in Joseph, Oregon, and we ride to the Snake River. Well, that's exactly what the Indians did. And when the Indians got to that Snake River, the river was in flood stage, and they just built boats out of their skins from their teepees and wigwams and floated all their people across, which was about 900 people in this small tribe that were the non-treaty Nez Perce, and they had about 900 horses. Well, the Army had been sent down to their village to take them to the reservation. When they got there, they were gone. So they went directly to the river. It wasn't hard to follow their trail with 900 horses. But they got there and they could see the Nez Perce on the far shore. And so there the Nez Perce Indians were waving at them and kind of making fun of them because they couldn't get their horses to cross the river there. They had to go up north of there, get on a ferry and go across, and then when they came back down, they took up the trail of the Nez Perce. And what happened on this segment of the ride that we're on today, the Indians went straight ahead towards Whitebird, which is the way we came, and they made a circle all the way around and came in behind the Army. That's what happened. They didn't try to get away from them. They just led them on, and so they just made this circle and came right back in behind the Army. The Army didn't know they were behind them. They were following their trail up north. When they got over here in the Whitebird Canyon, that's where the Indians had set up their warriors on both sides in the buttes, and they started picking them off. And the history has it, and I looked at General Howard's memoirs that he wrote of his ledger each day there, and it said that approximately 35 of the soldiers were hit. Now, how many of them actually died later, we don't know, but we do know that that many were hit. Of the Indians, not one was hit. And not only that, but they ran off the Army's horses.
This is our third ride, and this is they started out at the beginning of the trail last year, so this is the second segment of the beginning of the trek, and we are just absolutely in heaven. We've never been in this part of Idaho, which is another reason we do Chief Joseph, is because we get to see parts of the country we've never seen before, and to see it at 3 miles an hour on horseback is so much different than driving along in a car. You get to see the little tiny pink flowers. You get to smell the smells. You get to visualize what these Indians, these Nez Perce, would have been doing in traveling through this country.
The scenery, like Janet was saying, is just beautiful up here. And we go across private ranches, and to just go up and normally ride just on our own, we wouldn't be able to do it because a lot of this stuff has to be organized and permission to go across these lands, and that's why organized ride like this is very educational, very informative, and very beautiful, because we can go into areas that the normal public can't.
Which is one of the reasons why we really support organized trail rides like Chief Joseph. This is a very well organized ride. It's very prestigious, and we're just very proud to be part of it and get to see this kind of country that you wouldn't see anywhere else or any other time.
The thing that we get positive out of coming out here and doing this thing is the satisfaction of knowing that we are riding into history. Every day that we ride here, we're riding into history and we're making history. And so this is the thing that we want the young people to take up and keep going for us so that this ride does not die. Now, we've been going, yes, for 42 years, and we intend to keep it going just as long as we possibly can. And we want to get these young people, we are interested in any young person that would like to do this kind of work, that would like to volunteer to work with us, to contact the Appaloosa Horse Club, to contact the trail ride coordinator and say, hey, I'd like to be a part of this. And that's what we're looking for. This horse supposedly came up from Mexico somewhere around 1492. And from the Rio Grande to the western land, the Appaloosa grew. The Indians said he liked his looks, his color, fire, and speed. He was the war horse of the Nez Perce, the Appaloosa steed. That's our life, is just to get out, to get to come out here and ride in God's country on a good spotted horse.